My name is Rico, the Dungeon Master for Season 3, the restoration of the 12 Olympians. This season, we'll find our heroes traveling back to the lands of Eris and Enyo within Harmonia, as they adventure through and see what they have accomplished and completed by restoring the 3 fabled relics, the Sickle of Kronos, the Golden Apple of Discord, and the Robe and Necklace of Harmonia. We'll start with Deborah.
I am Deborah, and I am playing a human rogue named Neith. Her name is Neith.
And I'm Matt, playing a dragonborn monk named Ari Futan.
And I'm Daphne, and I play Gilcyra Venfire, who is a halfling druid.
I'm Jenna. I am a cleric elf, and my name is Lix Balzator.
And my name is Rico. I am the Dungeon Master for Season 3 of the campaign.
Who's ready for
Deborah's Diary?
Dear Diary, I am so thankful that in our last episode, our heroes finally took a bath because they were getting kind of smelly and gross. They also went to visit their friend Electo and ended up having breakfast with Kronos. But beforehand, finally took care of their horses. I mean, you don't just leave horses lying around like, oh, I'm just going to come be with you whenever I feel like it and make you do whatever I want you to do whenever I feel like it. Those poor horses had armor on for like a long time. So I'm really glad that they finally took care of those. But Diary, what is up with Electo and Ari? And like, how far is this going to go? Because I think Electo's really crushing on Ari. And I don't think Ari's admitted his feelings yet. So we'll see how that goes. Especially since Electo is going to have to be riding around with Ari.
Riding Ari.
Yeah. Our heroes learned a lot more about this hind, which was a deer. I mean, who knew?
Everyone
knew. I knew.
Not
Sorry.
the diary.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, it's your diary. Sorry, go ahead.
But I'm really excited because Electo is going to join the party to go find this hind. And then maybe Ari will get her hiney.
Oh, nice. Nicely done.
I'm real worried about this hind, like being stealthy and capturing it when it's so fucking fast. If we fuck up, it's gone, and then we'll have to go chase it
without
again.
trace.
I mean,
And I've got
I
my
might be
boat.
able to teleport right in front of it if I can get a trap, guys.
We should
Oh,
surround it.
Wait, we're not talking about it yet.
I'm done.
Sorry, no, I started strategizing.
Oh.
Strategizing.
No, you don't want to do that yet. You still
I
have a ways
W'd
to
it.
go before you even get there. Well, we'll find out. So as the door opens, not even creaks, it just swings open.
Yeah,
with
what kind
a
of a
flourish.
bullshit
I don't know,
house
I
you
heard
think
a
this
creak.
is?
Right. It's Kronos' house.
And Hades walks in. Well, doesn't walk. Hades looks like they're floating in midair. So where normal people would walk in with 2 feet, Hades just kind of drifts
Glides.
in. Yeah, glides. Thank you. Glides in and takes a seat at the table, sitting right next to, Hades walks directly past you
Oh,
because you had got up to go greet Hades at the
I
door.
did.
And Hades just walks right by you. And you see, and all of you see, like a scowl/frown on Hades' face. like they're a little grumpy or frumpy.
Oh, I bet I know why.
Like they're not very pleased about something that has recently transpired. And
None of my business.
Yeah.
We didn't die.
Yep, and we got our hit points back.
as Hades sits down, the table again expands, gets a little bit wider and a little bit longer. You'll notice as the table is actually make a perception roll.
Oh, good thing there's no crit fails on perception,
know,
right?
Ricky.
Right?
Oh, wow.
7.
I also kind of
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 1, so
Me
I got a
too.
4.
Me too. I've also rolled a 1.
All three of you rolled a 1.
Whoa. Okay.
Unreal 7.
Almost enough to make you believe in Hades.
Right?
Okay, so you guys notice nothing about the house or anything, but the table does get longer and get wider. You're kind of wondering how the table keeps getting bigger, but the house doesn't appear to be getting any bigger.
Magic.
It's Time Lord science. It's
Yeah.
bigger on the inside.
God
Some
stuff.
Michael J. Fox science.
So you guys don't notice that. And Kronos will, while still leaning back in his chair with his feet up on the table, will let out a large belly laugh. He'll even cross his arms over his chest and belly as he lets out a laugh, and then gets up and greets Hades with a big old smile and a big old hug. And Hades, being as obstinate as ever, does not hug Kronos back. Hades just looks like they're pissed and in the dumps. It's like when a toddler doesn't get their way
Tantrum.
and they close up and they cross their arms. They're like, I don't like anything about this. That's what Hades is acting like right now. They're just being very obstinate and very grumpy. And Hades will speak up and say, it's not fair, Dad, that you've given them a brief respite from their predicament of soul self-sacrifice. And Kronos laughs again in Hades' face and says to Hades, you know what? Quit being such a sourpuss. It's no different from what you and the gods do on Olympus with your ambrosia. Every single time you all drink from that, you regain more of your power and more of your youth and more of your vigor. I let them get a little taste of that. And Hades says, it's still not fair. I was gladly taking more and more of their soul. They were eventually going to be mine, and you come and you screw it up. And Kronos says, not entirely. They can still die. They'll still be back. They've just, been reset. And Hades will reach out and grab some of the food and start to eat and just humph like that. And Kronos will laugh again and sit back down. And now you guys know exactly what has happened, why your HP was regenerated. And now you know that your deaths have been reset back to 0, like mechanically in game. You all are keenly aware that all of your doors will be there should you die again, which means the cumulative upkeep of loss has been wiped out for now. So congratulations.
Nailed it.
Can I would like to go up to Hades and
You can pull up a chair next to Hades.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, and candidly say something like, "My lord, I know you're upset about this now, but I will be bringing you many more souls, and possibly even more souls of the gods. We will write this for you, or I will write this for you."
Yeah, you will.
You found a way to cheat death a little bit longer. You don't have to apologize for that. That's Dad's fault. I'm not angry at you.
Yeah.
I'm not angry at any of you. I'm angry at this old bastard. And Kronos laughs again, and
That is
Megara and Tisiphone laugh again, and Alecto covers her mouth and chuckles. And then Megara and Alecto and Tisiphone all go over to Hades and give Hades a nice warm hug, just like they did with you guys, a big old family bear hug. And Hades looks at Kronos and says, despite everything, Dad, it's very nice to see you again. I was wondering where you had been. Hadn't seen or heard from you in quite some time.
Deadbeat.
And Kronos says, well, you have these 3 to thank for that. They did restore the relics and bring us back to the lands. I'm a little pissed at you, though, for leaving Alecto in that dungeon. You should have known better, and you should have realized that I'd eventually find out. And then while Hades is eating, their jaw goes slack and bits of food falls out. And Hades says, it was just a prank. I didn't expect her to be stuck down there, at least for as long as she was. And then Kronos shakes his head, distraught, and he says, Well, son, I'm not mad, just disappointed. And Hades goes back to eating, and you guys are all sitting around the table. Hades takes another bite of the food and looks over at you, and then puts the food down and looks at the rest of the party. And Hades then says, I hear you all are headed towards Espasia.
We are.
That's right.
True that.
City of Walled Death.
Oh, hey, Neith.
Hades can see Neith.
I know. It was
But
just,
all
it's
the
just
guys
He
always
always
acknowledges
funny.
the three of you that returned the relics because Neith wasn't there. And that will always forever be that way when somebody says, oh, congratulations, thanks. It'll be to you three and not to Neith.
Why am I here?
Because
Double dagger death salute.
Right.
I mean,
That's
there's
exactly
plenty
why.
of reasons you could be. And Hades says, you all have seen the sky of stars in the underworld.
Yeah.
A couple times at least. Neith, you've seen it more than anybody else.
Yeah, because I can't swim.
I saw
That was Lux laughing, by the way.
in the sky a star that was a little bit brighter than the others in Espasia. And what I can only surmise is a bastard.
Oh, my.
So I looked into this bastard, had some souls follow it, and since you're headed that way anyway, it may be beneficial to do a little of Hera's dirty work for her, especially before you hunt the hind.
Gladly.
Wouldn't hurt.
Sounds like fun.
There
it might
is
hurt.
an incredibly sneaky, roguish type bastard that has had their way with pillaging and plundering and stealing anything from anybody that isn't brick and mortar down.
No.
Yes.
Huh.
And what's most troubling is anybody that has found this bastard or has tried to corner the bastard, their bodies have been found in the shadows with their throats slit. It's causing a little bit of unease and unrest in Espasia. Her mayorship is having a hard time preventing vigilantes from forming to hunt this bastard down.
Sounds like a job for us.
Probably for only you four.
Probably.
Me.
Nobody else knows or can see the bastards, and I presume my sister has given you all a gift with the ability to do so,
Yes.
She has.
and the mayor would probably think it a personal favor and may owe you one should you solve this problem for her.
Does
That
this
would be
need to be
helpful.
discreet?
I don't care one way or the other.
No, but we should
Well, I
let the
guess
mayor
we'll
know
ask
we
the
do
mayor.
it. Yeah.
Oh, no, we have to ask. That
Yeah.
was part of it.
Well, we got to
Oh,
get
wait, no,
permission.
that was,
about
that was the
the-
hind.
yeah, that was the
Sorry.
hind.
we got to
I
get
forgot.
permission to
Yeah.
bust the hind.
Right, to bust it out.
But like, I guess the question is like, do we tell the mayor that we're gonna hunt for this person,
Yeah.
or do we hunt for the person first and then be like, look
Well, it
how
sounds like-
fantastic we are?
Oh, well,
Well, we
if
gotta
we
go to
want it to be a
Espasia.
Yeah,
favor,
I think
is this do you happen to know if the bastard is someone that the three of us have met before?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have not seen this star before, so I presume, much like you four and the three druids that you met in the woods, that they've recently come into their powers and are flexing their muscle.
Is the star near any prominent stars?
No?
Okay.
It's just one bright star in the Espasia area. But you, my favorite cleric, should you kill this bastard, I would be incredibly grateful if you were to deliver that soul to me personally.
Any advice on how to carry that soul?
Oh, once you're dead, I'll be there to collect.
Well,
Once it's dead.
Oh.
Sorry. Once
And you.
I was like, what if I don't die?
once the bastard
Right.
is dead, I'll be there to collect. The soul will linger, especially with you around.
All souls that I have go to you.
Oh, fantastic. But this one, I would
Specific.
Are you
especially
committing
like.
suicide right now?
Yes.
Hey.
It would delight me very, very much if you ensure that this bastard dies and I get its soul.
I will deliver this bastard to you.
Preferably before Zeus gets his hands on it. As it is his seed, Olympus also has a right to claim it. And then Hades will just go back to eating. And Hades will have some of that awful concoction that you made.
Oh, that's nice.
We'll drink yours for you since it's just sitting
Oh.
there.
Thank you.
And
Hate to
Hades
see
says,
things go
wow,
to
this is good. Goat's milk and elderberry juice and
Yeah.
tea.
And it's a little purple, and
That's a little chunky,
such
too.
A good, such a good
Fan.
color.
Gross.
Yeah.
He's
That's because the goat's milk is curdled from the hot
Yeah.
tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds awful.
You will have to teach me how you made this. This is something I'd like to take back to the underworld.
It's just an old forgotten realm recipe.
Nice.
Yeah, something handed down.
And
It'll
then
kill you.
Hades will look to Kronos and say, Father, it's been fantastic catching up. Now that I know you're here, I'll be very happy to come and visit whenever I feel like it. And then Kronos says, I hope you and the rest of my children come and visit anytime you want. The doors are open.
Hades, real quick, while
Yeah.
you're here, I noticed that my holy symbol still looks a little Ouija-y. Anything you could give me for as a new holy symbol to represent you?
Oh, yeah. Something I probably could do about that. Let me see your old holy symbol.
I hand it to you, and it's a coin Ouija's fun book.
So
Jesus.
Hades looks at the Ouija's coin and smiles to themselves with great delight as the Ouija's coin begins to disintegrate into ash
Oh,
and
yeah.
molten metal
Fuck off.
in their hands. And they begin to shape it, and the coin now becomes a pentacle. And inside the pentacle is a small flame and a small skull inside the flame. The flame resembles what Hades' hair would look like, if it was windy. It looks like nice blowing fire, and the skull would be the symbol of the underworld and death. It's still a coin. It's just no longer Ouija's branded. Now it's Hades branded with the 5-pointed star inside. And they say, here you go.
Thank you, my lord.
Yeah, you don't have to call me that. Hades will be
Nah,
sufficient.
I'm gonna. Okay, Hades, if you want that.
I would
that's what I'll do.
prefer it.
You got it, Hades.
That's much better. And Hades will push themselves back from the table and go to walk out of the room, then stops mid-stride, goes over to Kronos, and finally returns the hug that Kronos had given Hades when Kronos first saw him walking, because it is Hades' dad. It's been a long time since they've been reunited.
Oh shit, your dad called me today. Thank you. That reminded me.
You're welcome.
what? I don't want to know. I don't want to know what happens in that man's life.
And then Hades will also hug Tisiphone,
really don't.
I
Megara,
really don't.
and Alecto. They'll hug back. And then Hades will glide out of the room, and the door will close behind them. And the smell of sulfur that was in the air will dissipate, and it's back to just the scent of sunflowers. Kronos didn't seem bothered by it at all. None of the Furies seemed bothered by it at all. But it was a nice little family bonding moment for Kronos and Hades.
You're not even drinking.
I know. I was up early today. I don't know why. I just woke up at like 8:30 this morning. I went
That's
to bed.
early?
I mean, that's sleeping in for me. I usually get up at 6:15,
Oh,
so
I
I got
was
an
gonna say.
extra 2 hours of sleep.
Hey,
Felt
hey.
really good. And Kronos is there with his 3 daughters and you guys all sitting at the table. Were there any other questions that you guys had for me or anything else I could help you with?
Did you say there were some ribs?
Yeah, there's ribs.
Hey, you know what?
I stand up and I say, Kronos,
Yeah,
thank you so much for your hospitality.
absolutely.
Do you know the name of the new mayor in Espasia?
No, I've never met her.
Okay.
Still
that's
no.
fine. Well, no, they asked Hades.
yeah.
You asked Hades,
But we
I would
do
have asked
know that
Kronos.
they are a woman. Hey, you know who likes ribs?
As they're talking,
Hephaestus.
I leave the house
Okay,
and I start getting my horse ready.
sure. You walk out the door and
I'm so
you
tired of
walk
being
out
in
back to the
farm
stables.
and woods and out of a city.
It's a
and
little
I'm so done.
it's a little bumpkin for you.
I'm right at home. I finish off
The whole
rib-
fucking
the
rack.
I also get Gelsira's pony ready too.
Aw,
I finish off the ribs that are on my plate,
fuck us, right?
and then I'm like, okay,
Yeah, but I figure she'll
well,
take the longest. That's exactly why. It's about expediency than anything more than anything else.
And I also thank Kronos for his hospitality.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you for getting my sickle back
And
to me.
also, I thank, what are their names?
Tisiphone. Megara.
and
Meg.
Megara. Yep, and I thank them as
Meg.
well.
Meg. Yep.
Yep.
Meg will
Mike,
suffice.
thank you so much for allowing us to be in your home. It's a lovely home.
Oh, thank
And
you.
the
It's
food
our
was
pleasure.
amazing. I mean, like, I wouldn't say that if I actually didn't think it was good. So,
Nice. Nice.
Well, I think we got to be on our way to Espasia because we've got some adventuring to do.
Yeah, sounds like it. Sounds like you have quite the task ahead of you. More than one of them.
Is it okay if we come back at some point? Like, if we just happen to pass through, like,
Yeah, absolutely.
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Our home is open to you all.
okay.
Please feel free to stop by. Should you die, you can always go through your doors and end up back here if you so choose.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, we just might do that.
Save point.
And also, thanks for allowing Electo to travel with us.
And Tisiphone and Meg are like, well, that wasn't our decision. That was her decision, but you're welcome.
Um,
And Electa's like, yeah, I'm sitting right here. It was my choice.
thank you, Electo, for choosing to go with us.
Oh, I'll go anywhere that Ari goes.
Oh,
And then I'm going to yell from the stables. Some weird elven curse that I'm being too lazy to look up right now.
None of them can understand a single word that you're saying. She can. I meant Tisiphone, Electo, Megara, and Kronos.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
They don't speak Sylvan. That's a language
Oh
that
shit, guys!
But no, well, will you
it
let
was
me?
Elvin.
Elven. Yeah,
Will
sorry.
you hold on? Will people let me finish talking?
No.
All of a sudden, we yell, Vyashan! Yes, Siren, get out here!
whoa.
Let's go!
Neef means business.
Neith is pissed.
I bow to Kronos and the two daughters, and then I extend my hand to Electo.
Oh,
Like,
Oh, she takes it. And you help her rise from the table?
Yeah.
and I said, let's get out of
I'd
here. Yeah?
like to
Do you need to
gently
prepare anything? Or
kiss
No, I have everything I need on me at all times.
figured.
Tisiphone's hand and say, until next time. And then I bow to Kronos and say thank you and say, it's nice to meet you, Meg. And go out to the stables.
Fantastic. And the three remain there at the table as you guys exit and go back to the stables.
What sweet people.
So you guys are free to rearmor your horses. They've thoroughly rested despite not sleeping. They look amazing.
Yeah, no, it's a great place.
It's like God's
It
place.
appears that, the same benefits that you guys got from the food inside, the horses also got from the outside being in Kronos' stables.
I saddle up
I am already on my horse.
and at the trail's mouth.
Yes, I'm on the road.
He's in Espasia.
So, Electa will tell you guys-
Aspasia.
With your horses, it's about a 2 days ride directly to Espasia.
Nice.
You follow the road. It'll take you right to the front gates. And
They did change the city.
Relatively,
it's massive.
You remember last
Normal.
time the road went to just the wall.
Yeah.
we talked about that actually.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was
we
like,
talked about it
it
upstairs.
didn't have a fucking gate last time. Like,
Well, it's easy
Actually,
to
it
install.
did, but the gate was just on the other side of the city from which you came. Remember? Like there was a gate. It just this particular road just kind of bumps up against the wall.
Yeah, they knocked that wall down and built a gate.
so we get through those 2 days ride pretty
yeah, it's
normally.
relatively uneventful. It's not difficult. The roads are well traveled. In fact, some of it's cobblestone.
Did
like people
Electo and Ari fuck?
I don't know. Did Ari try to fuck Electo in the
No.
2 days? No,
Not
then
in
no.
those 2 days.
They're taking it slow.
Is she riding on your
Yes.
horse with you? Okay.
2 days.
So then,
That's slow. It's
yeah,
20,
she'll ride on the back of your
2000.
horse.
I'm sorry, 2020 102.
2020 Hunt.
2. It's been 2 years.
We'll have friendly chats while we ride
Get to know each other.
about, family
Hobbies.
stuff, what
2
we're up to.
Talking with Electo, you will be able to glean from her that she is a primordial deity. She was one of the first that were created back when the world was formed.
I speak primordial.
You will also know that she is vengeance incarnate. She is the embodiment of vengeance upon mortals that harm and bother other mortals. She's the justice for mortals.
What does that make her alignment? Is there an alignment she has?
She is chaotic good.
Me, that's what I want to be.
Yeah, she's chaotic good.
I'm going to try and notice things that she does.
You will also learn that her ideals are to bring swift justice to those that are deserving. She doesn't wantonly go out and kill, or indiscriminately kill. She only kills those that are deserving. That's the good part. According to the laws of the land that the gods have given to mortals, should a mortal wrong another mortal and judgment be passed, then it will be her job to bring swift vengeance.
Nice.
You have come to glean that she is bonded to you, specifically you. You're one of the reasons that she gets up in the morning.
Oh.
Her bond is Arufutan, Dragonborn Savior. And she's shared with you some of her flaws, that she is very short-tempered, and she is prone to quick action without planning. That's the chaotic side of her. So if you are going to plan and strategize, it may take some extra coaxing to have Electo not rush out to go and start whipping shit to death.
She comes out hot.
Yeah, she does. And that's all. You gleaned all of that from talking with her over the 2 days.
Nice.
You were able to get a little bit of her background. Good
Excellent.
job. Good job. 150 XP for taking the time to learn about Electo.
Hey guys, did you notice what's going on the... I think we're watching two people fall in love. By guys, I meant Neith and Jelly.
So at the end of the second day, it's about mid-afternoon. So mid-afternoon on the third day, you guys see Espasia break over a hill. You first see white gleaming walls made out of sparkly granite. They are as tall as they were before, about 30 feet tall. You can see walls as far as the eye can see to the left and to the right. But this road differs from the last time. The road goes up to, what looks like a large opening or gate in the city. And because trade has been reestablished and traveling routes are a lot easier, Espasia is less guarded off from the rest of the world.
You're not going to make us try to climb a 30-foot wall.
No, I'm not.
Just put your hand
Paladin
down.
in full armor.
Nope.
And
Just
4
put
horses.
your hand down.
And as you're continuing to ride
still
over
one of
the
my
hill
favorite
and
episodes.
more of the city
It's literally the best episode.
breaks into view,
Yeah.
you can actually see along the road a long line backed up trying to get into Espasia. The gates are open. It doesn't look like there's any reason why people would have a difficulty getting in, but you do remember Hades informing you all that there has been a rash of murders and theft going on in the city, so that may have something to do with it.
Checkpoint.
Are there guard towers or guards letting people in, like people,
Yeah, absolutely.
bouncers?
Yeah, there are guards outside of the city walls. But another thing that you guys notice as you continue to ride, you see colorful tents that are wrapped up on some of these caravans. You see pottery, you see trade goods, you see wares. It looks like something is going on to bring all of these people into Espasia. Something is happening that's making people want to come to this massive city.
I would like to ask any randos around in the line where we got to the line.
Well, that is convenient, yeah, because that was the next step in my notes, yeah. So you
How
guys
far
eventually
away
ride
are
up
we
to
back in the line?
You're probably
6-7 miles.
60 feet.
Oh no. You guys are probably a mile back to get in, so 5,280 feet
See, I
from
want to.
where you guys are into the city.
I want to
to the
ask.
gate of the city.
I want to ask the people ahead of us. Say, do you know what's taking so long to get into this? This is a long line to get into an open city.
Absolutely. In fact, that's what all of us are here for. The new mayor,
It's the games
is holding almost is holding a grand tournament.
All right, so guys, we're 78-time world champions. We just need to go up to these guards right now, and I'm going. So bye.
These
I ride
tournaments
ahead.
are okay. You ride ahead. The
Bye.
person you were still talking to
Yeah.
lets you know that this tournament is not dissimilar to the regular tournaments of blood that the DeMarcus Marzan would host.
That piece of shit.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've all come to watch the tournament and, make some more coin here and there.
Do you think can anybody enter the tournament? Is the entering period still open?
I'm about to
Oh, I have
find
no
out.
idea. I would never
Okay.
consider.
Okay.
You could probably ask the guards.
We will
They may know.
for sure.
Let me know when I get there.
Sure.
I like wrap my cloak around me and just like really concentrate on like not being.
Am I
Observed.
crazy, or did your horse also get some of that?
Well, they still don't notice you.
Right.
Didn't
At
we? Didn't your horse get a
Yes,
little
her
something
horse also got
too?
the benefit from
Yeah,
it.
my horse
Okay.
also gets
All
the
right.
benefit.
That was for Jenna. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I'm
What's a
trying to see like
Jenna?
if I like practice concentrating or something on it, maybe it'll like even if I step on a twig or something, people won't notice me. So, and I follow up behind Lux, but I don't tell her that I'm following her. Like I don't let her know I'm doing it.
Sure.
I'm just like gonna follow her. I guess that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay. So you get the mile up to the gates, and there is a small group of guards checking people in, taking stock of how many people are coming in with them because people have been, murdered. So they're taking like a census. They aren't confiscating any goods or anything. They aren't stopping people from going in. They're just getting, names, the reason for their visit, which obviously is going to be the tournament. The guards aren't stupid. That's what everybody comes here for. But, just typical stuff that you would ask people coming into the city when they're going to host a grand tournament.
How many guards are there?
There are about 12,
Well,
and they're all in different intervals trying to check in as many people as humanly possible.
is there one that looks like a supervisor?
Nope.
Okay.
They all look like, the regular guards.
I would like to go up to the first one that I see.
Yeah. And you see one there.
And
As she does this, I'm watching for like any holes or anything that I could like just slip through and just slip into the city.
Okay, well, it's packed person to person, like cart ends to
Oh,
horse
okay.
noses. It is
cart
a
ends
lot.
to horse noses. I love that.
Yeah. So you see the guard,
Uh-huh.
and the guard holds up his hands to stop you,
Mhm.
and he says,
Back of the line.
"How can I help you?"
My good sir, my name is Lux. I am traveling with Ari Futan and Gelsira Venfire. We are the 78-time champion of this here arena. We have been invited to be part of these games, and we need passage.
Make a deception
Right
roll
now.
for me.
Yeah, I know, right? Just making shit up.
Make a which roll?
Deception
Oh
roll.
yes, because 21.
Nice. So the guard buys your entire story, and he says, "Oh, you've been personally invited."
Yes, her Royal Mariness said, "Well, we got to have the 78-time champions back."
Ah,
So my friends are back there. If you don't mind, I'm just gonna go grab them and
No,
then
you're
come
not.
right through. Okay.
you're gonna get in the back of the line.
Okay.
78-time champion.
Okay.
We have to let these people come in as they are in line. You could be the 100.
We're fighters, though.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Well, it should.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can take it up with Her Mariness
Uh-huh.
when
Her
you get into
Mariness.
the city.
Okay. Well, we will. What's your name?
My name?
Yeah.
My name is Reggie.
Reggie. Reggie. All right, Reg, thank you so much. And I'll see you soon.
Okay. Yeah, you will. Probably in about an hour or two.
Okay, I trot,
When you come
I
back to
trot
the
on
line.
back. If I learned anything from Pan, it's that you treat champions like champions.
Oh, well, Reggie is not one of the DeMarcus Marzan's
Well,
guards.
fuck Reggie. So I go back to my buddies then.
I just follow her back. I'm like I'm kind of chuckling to myself.
Yeah, nobody hears it.
Yeah.
Nobody
This is
hears it
kinda
at all.
funny.
Yep.
Like, we can all still notice Neath, yes?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
guys, do you want to wait or do you want to try to find another way in?
No, let's just take out one.
I mean, we're in
wait
no
now,
hurry,
shit,
right?
They said
big deal.
no.
Yeah.
FYI,
So
since
you still got those
we're
grappling
getting towards a
hooks?
city,
I'm staying with my
I don't know how this
horse.
exactly works,
I want to.
but I'm
too.
going to spend my 25 gold. Like I'm going to spend 25 gold, and I'm going to start building my persona. Of,
You can do that when you get into the city.
when I get into the city.
There is a spot that you can go to specifically
Oh, I forgot
okay.
where
about.
you can start doing that.
Okay, because it takes me 7 days.
Oh yeah, you're going to be here for at
Okay.
least that long. Don't
Cool.
worry. There's a lot to do
Cool.
here in Espasia.
Nice.
And I
Yeah.
start thinking about what persona I want.
Yep.
So are the people in front of us like selling anything or wares like you said they're caravans and things like that?
No, they aren't
I'm
selling
assuming they're
anything
kind
yet.
of like gypsies.
No, they are well-to-do tradesmen.
Yeah, normal people.
Oh, I in my head I pictured something different.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
they're there for the tournament to sell their wares, set up, shops.
I'm thinking jam band,
Things of that nature. No,
Grateful
no,
Dead,
no.
selling water bottles and
Nope.
T-shirts.
Nobody will be selling anything until they set up their shop and get their tents up and get their cash boxes out and things of that nature. So the line is moving very slow because there are so many people trying to get into the city. Again, security is getting people through as quick as they can. It only takes you about an hour or two to get all the way back to the front of the line from the mile. So it seems like they've probably put more guards out in the line to check them in. So as they get checked in, they're not stopped. They can just go on in. And the guards ask for everybody's name as you get to the gate. And Reggie says, "Oh, nope, that's Lux and Jelsira and Ari. They are the 78-time champions. They've been invited personally by the mayor to come and compete in the tournament."
I'm like, we have? I didn't know that.
Ixnay on the.
So then you weren't invited.
No, we were invited. She just forgot.
Oh, right. Okay. Yep.
Make a
I
deception
remember
roll,
now.
please, Jelsira.
Oh, no.
Jesus.
I was just trying to be
Not
funny.
me. You sure not me?
Man.
Well, that's actually one of my traits is I'm really bad at wine. I can't keep a secret. 19.
He believes it. He's like, "Oh, I understand. It's been a long road.
It has,
It's
yeah.
been a long travel.
It
You're probably
has.
tired."
She's hungry.
I am so tired and actually very hungry.
So,
You got any snacks on you, Reg?
no, I don't.
Damn.
Do you have any like taverns to recommend? Maybe.
One,
Been here.
no, I can't recommend any one specific tavern. There are a multitude in the city.
Ooh.
So they wave you three through, no problem. They don't take stock of your gear. They already know your names thanks to Lux. You guys walk into the city
I'm assuming
of Espasia.
Neath walks in stealth style because I did
No.
not tell them.
Neath just isn't even
I just
looked
walked
at
Right,
by the guards.
But I
They
didn't
don't.
I just
mention
walk
Neath
in.
either. So
Well, no, they don't even know that she exists.
sweet.
These are regular
Feeling really great right now.
human mortal
actually.
people. She can walk in
So
and out
happy.
without
I purposely didn't say your
any
name, though.
difficulty.
Well, so what do we see?
I
Cool.
look at you and just give you a wink.
So as you walk in through the main entry of Espasia, you see before you a large, bustling, noisy metropolis. The closest
Healthy
thing that
economy.
you can see to the left and right of you appear to be residential homes. If you look left and you look right, it looks like the homes are curving further away from you. As you guys saw on the map, the city is one big giant circle. And the first thing that you see are residential homes. You see laundry hanging. You see people, washing dishes. You see kids playing. And it looks to be like apartments and wooden high rises, half stone up top, half wood on the bottom, about 2 stories high, 20 to 25 feet. And then you see single homes that are about 12 feet tall. Some are longer than others. Some are smaller than others. There is loud bustling all around you. The proper white noise that you would hear in the city. There are vendors hollering and there are bells ringing. There are little kids running, laughing with streamers and pinwheels. You can see up further, you can see what appears to be blocks of businesses that are the next concentric shape of building. So it looks like you have residential on the outside by the wall. Then you have businesses further in to the city. And then from the businesses, you start to see vendors, tents, things of that nature. It looks like the space is reserved for the visitors that come into the city for tournament time.
What time is it again?
It's a little afternoon, 1 or
Okay.
2 o'clock in the afternoon.
You guys think we should go pay a visit to the mayor?
I mean, she invited
And
us.
there is one massive street that you can look down, and between people running back and forth, you can actually see the mayoral estate, off in the distance.
Cool.
And coming off of the main street, there are other footpaths and roads that go to the residential district, that go to the business district, and then footpaths that lead off to the vendor district for the carnival goers and the tournament visitors and things of that nature. There are also very long houses. There are long houses along Main Street that go out horizontally, that each have their own footpath, and they each will have their own plaque on them. As you guys eventually descend down Main Street, you'll be able to get a better lay of what each of those buildings are.
I would like to kind of open myself up a little and ask Hera for her guidance and try to start noticing if I see anyone with a purplish aura.
Okay. You don't have to do that because it was a gift that she gave
So
you.
I will just naturally.
You will just, you'll naturally see
Okay.
if there's a bastard out and about.
Cool.
But make an insight roll.
All of us are just left.
Just her.
Well, that's a nat 20.
All right. You'll remember that Hades informed you that this was a sneaky rogue type bastard
Right.
that likes to rob and steal and pickpocket
And
people.
slit throats.
And it is the middle of the afternoon. There's not a whole lot of places to hide. So you don't think you're going to find them now.
Nice. Thank you. And all the
And-
vendors aren't there yet, right?
There are some. There
Uh-huh.
are some that are setting up. There's some that looks like they've been there for a couple hours, or some that looks like they've been there for a day. It looks like they're all gearing up for the tournament that the mayor is going to host, because that's what they do in Espasia. They have, tournaments in arenas. That's what the people have always loved. And after the death of the DeMarcus Marzan, that didn't change. With the loss of leadership and his security force crumbled, the new mayor had to give them something that was similar to them to regain control, and she decided to keep up the
Games,
arena, the blood
yeah.
games. Yeah. Not the war games. These are not the war
No,
games. These
just
are
games.
just
like local.
DeMarcus Marzan's,
Yeah.
local games. Yeah.
Pinochle, euchre.
So we're walking. You want to walk toward the
Yeah.
mayoral
Yeah, you
estate.
can walk down Main Street on your horses.
Does anyone recognize us?
No, not at the moment, because they're busy setting up shop and there's a lot of hustle and bustle of people getting ready. No one yet has noticed you.
Yeah, straight to mayoral estate.
I mean,
That's
you'll
what I
have to
think,
you'll
yeah.
have to walk around people as they're
Mhm.
taking their carts back and forth and children are running. You don't have any issue. When you were walking, people are running around the void space that is you. So you can walk straight down the center of Main Street if you so choose.
I
Why am
do
I
that.
dodging left?
It's subconscious to them. They don't
know, I'm
ask
joking.
themselves why they're doing it. They just do it. Like if a cart's coming, the horse will stop and then correct its course and wait for you to pass. Little kids will run
Nice.
around you behind where your horse would be.
The best.
yeah,
Fucking
you're-
dream come true.
Yeah.
Right? It
you are
really
just,
is.
you're just void space that people subconsciously, ignore. And you guys are going to make your way all the way to the mayoral estate straight up? All right, so you get up to the first set of longhouses, one on your left, one on your right. The one on the left, which Main Street runs straight north and south. The one on the left has in some very beautifully calligraphy on a wooden sign, has like the word wizard or something scrawled on it in a nice, gorgeous flowery text with 2 flames on each side. There are a couple wizards standing outside practicing cantrips, practicing some of their other magic. It looks like it could be a wizard's college or a wizard's guild. This is where wizards would come, while they're traveling to Espasia to refill, on reagents. There's a library in there if they so choose. It's just where wizards go. That's on the left. On the right, Ari, you see another longhouse. There is a sign made of stone next to the door, and carved going up and down in the stone slab, it says
This is
monk. It looks like there's a couple monks standing outside. Some are practicing their katas, and their kung fu and things of that nature. Around the side, there are some training dummies where some monks are practicing their martial arts and weapon play. It looks like this would be like a guild hall for monks
Nice.
that
Fucking
wanted to.
dojo.
Gonna have
Yeah,
to,
like a dojo. Yeah,
Cobra
exactly.
Kai.
Like a dojo longhouse.
gonna have to check into this place at some point.
Yeah, and you can
I
come
think you
here
will.
for, fresh pair of clothes, fresh armor, new monk weapons if you so chose,
Nice.
to meditate, practice some of your martial arts and the training dummies. It's everything that a monk would need in a large, sprawling city.
Nice.
You
Badass.
make a perception roll for me, please.
16.
You actually see some monks stepping in and out of shadows. You are the only one that sees it. Being a monk of that discipline, you know what to look for. You actually can see some practicing their shadow jumping.
I'm gonna come back and
You
jump in some shadows
you
too.
actually see
We
some
might need
others
to know that.
walk into the shadows of the overhang and they just vanish. You lose track of them. You don't know why. You can't see them, but they just disappear from your vision. You have a feeling you may know why.
Yeah.
It's not something dissimilar that you may not be able to do in the near future or maybe can do now.
Can do now.
So okay, so you know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're just keeping up on their shadow training.
Practice. I love it.
Yeah.
Practice makes perfect.
It does, especially when you're a monk. And there are all different races there at the wizard and the monk. You see elves, you see half elves, you see a couple more dragonborn monks.
Ooh.
Some red, some bronze, one gold, one black. They look like they're sticking to each other. They're just practicing their martial arts with each other.
Sure. A little sparring.
Yeah, a little sparring.
Nice.
Oh.
Some have claws. Some have wings. Some are just in, pants and a vest. They look like typical dragonborn. Some have, crest on their head. Some have spikes. Any variation of
Oh, yeah.
dragonborn. As you continue to walk down Main Street, this is going to take a while. Sorry, there's a lot to explain. As you continue to walk down Main Street, up from the Wizards College, next up is a large round longhouse. You see just another wooden sign with a sword and axe crossed with a shield on each side. And out front, you see heavily light, medium armor people spinning weapons, sparring with weapons and shields. Looks like they could be fighters. Yeah, exactly. They are fighters. And if you didn't know they were fighters, Electa would say, I could beat him, and I could beat him, and I could beat her,
and
I could
Ari's
beat him,
cloaca is full
and I
chub.
could beat him. And you know what? That whole fighters guild there wouldn't stand a chance against me whatsoever. In fact, I'm thinking I might just go take it over.
Electo.
That could be fun.
Well, she's still sitting on your horse.
Hey,
She hasn't jumped off the horse. She's just thinking she could.
Electo. I bet we get to do that later. Let's do it when it's like appropriate.
Yeah, maybe not right now.
All right, but
yeah.
I'm just saying I could.
But
No,
when
I
it
believe you.
is, I'm down to do it with
I
you.
could probably train them better.
Oh, I bet you could.
Oh, it's for training? Well, that's different.
So, yeah, it's the Fighters Guild.
Oh, to train?
Them. I could train them better, yeah.
Okay.
I
Well,
could go in, I could beat whoever the leader is, and then take over training for him.
That seems like it would be a very large investment of time.
I don't know, Ari.
I
That
live
kinda
forever.
Sounds like
What are they
a
gonna
good
do?
idea.
I know, but we're doing a thing right now, so
bring
maybe
my
come back.
horse up next to their horse, and
That
I
sounds
try to like
a
just
pretty
like
good idea to me.
grab next to like the bridle or whatever to kind of like.
Well, the
nudge
horses
the
are still
horse keep
going.
going.
Yeah, the horses are
Okay.
still going. Nobody stopped. This is a conversation they're
Oh,
having on
okay.
the back on the horse as they're walking. Again to the right, there is a beautiful white temple made out of marble with a large Celtic cross on the top of it. There is a domed bell that just swings in the wind with little light dings and chimes. You see on the outside, there's one wooden sign that's vertical, much like the monks, and in beautiful calligraphy written in celestial is the word cleric. This looks like it could be a temple, a cleric's guild temple.
Ooh, you should take it over and preach the good word of Hades.
And you see clerics walking around swinging incense censers. There are some that are praying. There are others chanting. There are others that are shining their armor. They are sparring with each other with their maces and warhammers and shields. There are others that are reading from their book. It looks gorgeous. It looks like probably one of the nicest properties here amongst the ones that you've seen so far.
I turned my head to Electo and I said, which of those could you beat?
All of them. I am a demigod. They're mere mortals. Actually, now that I think about it, the master of that I probably could not beat.
Yeah, I bet you could.
I mean, it would certainly be a challenge.
Is there someone over there that looks a little higher up than everybody else?
Not outside, no. In fact, it's the of the four buildings that you've seen, nobody outside of import or decoration looks like they're outside. They are very likely, you can surmise, on the inside training their students.
I kind of can't help it, and Pestilence and I just run over to the temple,
Okay.
and I dismount and run in.
Okay. So you
Good luck,
run in
Lux. Have fun. Bye-bye.
through a large gated archway. The gates swing open nicely. There are more clerics there chanting. Some are praying. You can hear the clash of steel on steel because there are different clerics here. There are clerics of war. There are other clerics of death. There are clerics of life.
Tempest,
Yeah,
natures.
This looks like a cleric's
The
haven.
gambit.
Where of all races, religions, you see a lot of human clerics. You see a couple dwarven clerics. You see some half-elf clerics. And at the very, very end of the longhouse, you see a very tall, slender elf standing there in a nice, long white gown. She has what appears to be over her head a halo glowing of golden white energy. It's not connected to anything. She radiates divine energy like she would be a direct conduit of her chosen deity. And she's there instructing other clerics on proper prayer technique and how to best hold their symbols.
Approach.
Okay. You go to approach and she's still teaching the class. She hasn't turned around to acknowledge you. She appears to be very intent on her teachings with these other clerics.
Can I just listen to what she's
Yeah,
saying?
absolutely. Yeah. You absolutely
I'm
can.
just going to do that for a little while.
Okay. You're going to hang out in the cleric longhouse and
Learn how to be a cleric.
listen to this level 25 cleric train and pray with these students. Okay. Nothing of major import's going to happen.
Sweet.
You can just
Don't
sit there
care.
and listen to music and have a good time. The rest of you, I presume, are riding on. Well, you know they're going to the mayoral house. You know
Yes.
where they're going to be.
Yeah. I just kind of can't help myself.
Yeah, no, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous there. As you continue further up Main Street, there is another longhouse not far from the cleric longhouse. It is a building made entirely out of stone and wood. There is an archway made of twisting, intersecting trees. There is no sign whatsoever, but the archway made out of twisting combined trees, you know this is a druid longhouse. It could only ever be a druid longhouse because of the material the building is made out of and the archway that leads into the door. But it is the druid
Nice.
longhouse, and you see a bunch of different druids out there. You see some practicing with bow and arrow on some targets. You see some wild shaping into, a bunch of different types of animals. Elephants, tigers, lions, falcons,
Ligers.
griffins, ligers. Sure, why not? And you see others practicing
pretty.
their magic. You see every single druid there has an animal companion with them. Some have jaguars, some have panthers, some have rabbits, some have squirrels. And you see a lot of elves. You see a lot of half elves. You see a lot of humans.
Chupacabras.
No chupacabras. You don't see any halflings, though. But that is very likely because they may be inside or they may be practicing their stealth. Who knows? But you don't see any at the moment.
Too short to see.
Yeah.
Hiding
And
behind some shrubs.
there are others, throwing spears and practicing with swords and things of that nature. Just doing druid shit. Some
Just doing druid shit.
yeah, just
Yeah.
doing
That's
druid shit.
That's a shirt.
Yeah, I just kind of look in awe because
Text me.
I haven't
Matt.
seen very many druids before.
You probably haven't, no.
Yeah, so I'm like thinking to myself, wow, I'm gonna have to come back here later for sure.
No, you can come here at any time. You guys are in the city proper. You guys are in a nice sprawling city. Neath, as you're riding through the city, all inconspicuous, you see lots of alleyways. You see lots of in-betweens. You see lots of shaded overhangs. You can see ladders that go up to roofs. You specifically can see walkways that bound from one section to another section, very assassin style. And you
How
notice
fun is that?
a lot
Remember
of them
that.
are connecting
Remember
to
that.
a building that you see on the left, and there is no markings or there is no signatures on it. There is, however, a carving in the wood of a dagger. That's it. And the building is made out of dull gray stone. You see other hooded, cloaked figures there. There are some that are cleaning their nails with daggers. There are some that are making sure they keep their faces covered with hoods and robes. There are some that are, practicing throwing caltrops and traps. There are some that are crafting smoke bombs. There's some that aren't so good at it, and a couple smoke bombs that explode in their faces. And they are mostly human, elf, and half-elf. There are a couple orcs and half-orcs there.
Yeah.
But that makes sense because they're kind of brutish. You can tell by their stance that they are proficient in assassination style, not the sneaky style. It looks like their job is to hunt a target and kill it. And this looks like, as you would surmise, the rogues gallery. This is where rogues come to, plot and plan and hide in the shadows and, resupply on things that rogues would need.
So
It's
she
way
leaves.
too obvious to me.
So is there would there be in these guild houses like a person behind a counter,
Oh, yeah.
like check people in or give them
Yeah.
information or whatever?
Yeah.
A Reggie.
So I imagine in the rogue house that person is just
Rogue
fucking
house.
sick of rogues just appearing in front of them.
No.
Because they're sneaky and bullshit.
No,
This poor
they
guy.
would not be, because the people welcoming these neophytes and stuff into these guild halls will be masters of their craft. So,
Right, but rogues like to be sneak up and boom, hi.
right.
So this
They'll
poor
just be like,
guy
"Oh,
But-
Jesus
is
Christ."
just getting the shit
Ah.
scared out of him
Right,
all the
but, I
time.
mean, rogues are also incredibly adept
I hope
at
he gets hazard
discerning
pay.
stealth and finding traps and things of that nature. And these guild houses, if you guys were to go inside of them,
Oh,
they
we're gonna.
are a very, very how do I want to describe them? They are a civil space where it is understood that you don't practice your craft with murderous intent
Oh, yeah.
inside any of the guild halls. So rogues, yes, will be practicing their stealth, but they won't be practicing assassinating people. So
Sure.
no rogue is going to have to worry about, oh my God, am I about to get my throat slit? But
There's just
I mean,
there's a new guild secretary every day because they keep getting murdered.
no, no. The people that will be manning these to invite people to join and things of that nature will be adept in their crafts and know what to look for.
Nice.
And so you see the Rogues Guild, and yes, it doesn't look very inconspicuous at all, but people know, oh my God, that's where the rogues hang out. That's probably the one place you don't want to fuck with, because about 17 of those people could kill us in our sleep at any time they wanted. And none of these guild halls are inconspicuous. They are
bet.
quite obviously guild halls. Like, because Espasia is such a large city, people come here from all over the land to come and learn and train and refresh on things that they need.
And we all see this, right?
Yeah.
Seems
And,
Yeah.
I guess, and I'm like, hey, Neve, do you see this rogue house? And I'm like, oh, sorry, Neve.
Nobody pays attention to
Jesus.
Neith whatsoever.
seems like maybe this sneaky bastard might hang out in a rogue place.
That's what I think. Or be on those. Well, we didn't
Might want
see
to
that.
send a spy in.
Neith was the only
Yeah.
one that saw the
secret
walkways from the
walkways.
tops to
And the dagger emblem.
Yeah, it looks like a nondescript graystone building to you guys. Neith knows exactly what it is, and she's the only one that can see the hidden alleyways.
The monolith in the desert.
There are places that looks like would a sneaky rogue could fit through, like a big fat ass dragonborn or an armored paladin or cleric couldn't make it through those alleyways.
Hey.
You just can't.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I'm joking.
These
No,
are
I'm
big.
these
I'm
are
big.
specifically rogue ways that are meant for those that
Rogue
follow the
ways.
craft.
Rogue ways.
Rogue ways.
That's
rogue
why
ways,
they call them that.
that train
Rogue ways.
and
Rogue
and
house.
perfect the craft of roguery. Yeah, so
Roguery. What
so
a great
Neith
name.
knows-
Word.
at any time she can get on top of any one of these buildings and make her way, above the streets as opposed to below the streets among the crowds of people. So that may be helpful to you later. Don't forget that.
Yeah, don't forget that.
Do we see any stables or like public lodging
Not yet.
or
Not yet.
any of that nature?
Not yet.
Gonna go burn down the mayor's house.
Have I learned anything from my angelic elf yet?
Nothing that you wouldn't already know, being where you were at in your cleric levels. It looks like she's training new neophytes, like brand new clerics.
Is there an offering plate somewhere?
No.
Okay, then I leave.
There's there's no offering plate. Because this longhouse accepts clerics of all religions and all deities, no one deity takes preferential treatment over any of the others. It looks like this is just a place for clerics to come and share the knowledge that they have and wisdom that they have amongst themselves, and to make each other better by their shared knowledge.
Does it look like there's a kid that is lost, or just like a teenager who's like, man, I just really want some. I just want to be a good cleric, because I really relate to that.
Nope.
I'm just kidding. I leave.
You don't see any people that look like are waiting to join the clerics guild. The people coming and going are already clerics, and if there were young clerics, they would already be in the training class with the head of the clerics guild
Cool.
in the guild hall. And then, as you guys continue down, there is one more longhouse on the right, and it is a ostentatious, almost gaudy longhouse.
Here we go.
And it gleams from the morning sun, and it has two very large armaments outside of the doors. One big giant warhammer, one big giant shield. There are what appear to be paladins out and about.
What's an armament?
Weapons.
Oh,
Weapons, armaments. And it is not as nice as the cleric's longhouse, but it is very obviously, this is the paladins. This is where we hang out.
Gaudy.
Gaudy, yes. And every paladin that you can see is in chainmail or plate mail or segmented mail.
Good posture.
Yeah, they are all upright.
Just seems like they would be, right?
Yeah, and they are sparring quite vigorously because they're all in heavy armor. So it's
vigorous.
not like they're going to do any damage to one another because they are well trained.
Sweating on each other.
Yeah, there are
Any
other
paladins of Bahamut there?
Yes, you absolutely see 2 paladins of Bahamut there. They're busy. It looks like dressing wounds.
Do we
nice.
recognize them as Theo
No, they are
and
not
Cleo?
Theo and Leo,
Damn it.
unfortunately.
Leo and Pio.
But it would be fun to go talk to them and tell them that we're friends of Pan's.
You actually could go and talk to them if you so
Have
chose.
I caught up with the party yet?
Yes.
I'm
you
going to
have.
go talk to those 2 paladins of Bahamut and ask them if they know Pan.
Oh, so you're going to interrupt their field dressing
Mhm.
Yeah.
to see if
I sure
Because
am.
you know she is.
Or also, hey guys, I bet the person that trained you is a friend of mine. Can I heal you?
heal us. We don't need any healing. We're perfectly fine.
You're dressing wounds.
We're practicing dressing wounds.
I gotcha. Okay.
Like, you
I
can
think the
see
guy
that-
that trained you is a friend of mine.
You can see a straw dummy like laying on the ground. They're just like practicing, shunts and not shunts. That goes in a body.
Stints?
No.
CPR.
No, what's the thing when you tighten a bandage?
Splint.
When
Splints.
you-
Thank you. God damn it.
God
Splints.
damn
when you
it.
Ross
Words are
Geller
hard.
fuck
Bahamut?
Yeah,
Damn it.
words
Words
are
are hard.
Yeah. And as they look away from you and they go back to field dressing this dummy, they say, "Oh, you know Pan."
We do know Pan.
Oh, we do
He's
too.
a friend of ours.
He trained us for a couple years. He sent us here. Bahamut sent us here to spread his teachings and come to this Paladin Guild Hall.
I'm glad you're here. Pan would be proud. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he is probably the best teacher we've ever had and could teach this Paladin a thing or two.
This paladin.
The
leader.
Paladin Master
Oh,
in charge
gotcha.
of the Guild Hall.
Yeah, I'm sure he could. All right. Well, nice to meet y'all.
Yeah.
We're friends of his, so if you see him, tell him we said hey.
Oh, I'm sure we will. Thanks, Lux. We appreciate you stopping by.
Got it.
Have you seen Jelsira and Ari?
Yeah, they're right behind me a little ways.
I wave.
Oh,
I wait.
hey!
They turn around and wave back at you guys.
Keep up the good work, guys.
They beat on their breastplate when they see you, kind of a salute.
Bro.
I hit him back.
And they wave to you and they say, "Hi, Jelsira. Hi, Ari. Nice to see you guys."
Hey.
And they look like they're fastidiously going back to their training. It looks like these clerics these paladins specifically are meant to heal. They aren't so much as the fighting, getting your face type. They're so much as we protect the sick and the wounded and put ourselves in harm's way so they don't get any further injured.
Thank
So it
you.
looks like they're practicing on their healing magics and things of that nature.
Good to see you. Thank you for the work that you do. It's very important.
It's
Aw.
our pleasure. And they go back to doing what they're doing. But yeah, there are a couple more paladins of Bahamut here practicing.
Pan is
healing.
doing so good, guys.
It's been 2 years.
He
Yeah.
is doing so good.
And then further up on the right, you see a big 3-story hall on top of each other. And it looks like it could be like a barracks for city guard and town guard.
Or
They
a
are-
whorehouse.
No, it's definitely not a whorehouse. These are the major landmarks, by the way. And there are guards coming and going. There are a couple guards posted out front. There are some that are, sharpening their weapons. There are some with ledgers. It looks like this is where the guards of Espasia would hang out when it's time to change shifts or things of that nature. And then to the left, on the other side of Main Street, you see the large, massive fucking arena that you three are intimately familiar with. You've
Smells
been inside
familiar.
of it once.
We were inside of it.
Yeah. It looks like there are people crowded around it. There are lists up on the walls. You can go check those lists. The lists are actually the combatants that are going to fight in the arena. There's a couple people out front with like long wooden desks.
Ooh.
Looks like they may be registering people.
You guys want to check in real quick? Hey,
Do the lists have betting numbers and things like that? Like, would
No,
we know?
not yet,
Okay.
because not everybody has come in. The betting will take place like when they cut off the registration.
Gotcha.
Hey.
Then they will start putting up betting odds.
you guys want to go register for this tournament? Could be fun. it doesn't seem like it's life or death anymore, so it's just fun.
Maybe we should see
Do I
who
still get
else
to
is
kill
on.
people?
Not in this tournament, probably, but just, show off your skills. Have some. You don't have to if you don't want to.
I don't know.
think it would be fun.
I think that we should actually get that
Deborah?
invitation from the mayor.
If you do enough damage that could kill somebody, you can pull your punch, which would knock them down to 0 and not kill them, but leave them alive.
Okay.
So, though you may not want to actively kill people, you can drop them down to 0 and keep them alive.
Oh,
It'd
so
still
that's
be fun
like
to knock people out.
It's
I mean,
called
oh,
pulling
we
your punch.
talked about
We
that.
talked about it. Yeah, it's called pulling your
we
punch.
did. Yeah,
If you
no,
want
I
to
forgot that.
incapacitate someone without killing them, you can drop them exactly to 0 and incapacitate them. You don't always have to kill people, but
no, right.
killing
Just
is
a
effective.
KO, not a.
Gelsira, is
not
this
a
something you might
murder.
be interested in?
but yeah, you would know, Neith, being the assassin that you are.
No, that's okay.
Well, yeah.
You know how
Okay.
to paralyze somebody or apply a poison that would
You
bring
know
up
it.
upon something like death
Ari's been using
without
the earth
actually
elemental a
killing
lot.
them,
Wants
or
to
you
get
could,
in there and fight.
instead of the coup de
I
grace
could
and slitting their
Turn
throat,
into
you
an
just
earth elemental.
hit
now.
them in the base
Practice
of their
a
neck
little.
with your
I
dagger
say
just
we
to
ask
knock
her.
them out.
Ow.
Tell
Yeah.
the
Would already
mayor
won too.
that I say we still talk to the mayor.
No, we're going to talk to the mayor, but we can register.
I know, but
We don't have to
now
do
and
it
be
right
like,
now.
hey, we want to fight all of us together. Pit us up against your best, and we'll give you the show of a century.
Yeah, whatever.
I think we should talk to the mayor first and be like, let's do the show.
You don't want to register first.
No, fuck it. We don't need to register. We fucking beat 78-time champions.
I mean, I guess we could go talk to the mayor.
Let's just talk to. I
I'm
think
sure
talk to the
registration
mayor.
won't be closed by the time we're done. Foreshadowing.
Well, that actually does seem like.
Yeah, let's go talk to the mayor.
Let's go fucking talk to the mayor.
All right, so you continue up Main Street, and then you get to a large, sprawling compound that appears to be an estate. Actually, it's not that dissimilar to what you guys originally saw when this was the DeMarcus Marzan's estate. It's still as gaudy and horrible as it
A
was
wall.
then.
Yeah.
It's
Another
still-
wall still?
Garbage.
Yeah, it's gated and walled
Okay.
around it. It keeps the riffraff out.
Pretentious.
And there are a couple guards, very heavily armored, with 2 very large broadswords sticking in the ground in front of them. They're both wearing plate mail. One has, just a skull cap, a steel skull cap on. The other has a full helmet.
What
And-
race are the guards?
You can see one of them is human. You can't see what the other one is
Okay.
because he's got a full helmet on. He or she
Ghost.
has a full helmet on.
Ghost.
Or a ghost, yeah. It could be magical,
ghost, yeah.
mystified armor. Yeah, that's not something I'd considered. Good call.
Fucking nerd.
Suddenly we have to fight them.
And as you approach the gates of the mayoral estate, the guards step in front of you and put their
Arc.
hands out with their weapons blocking your path. And that will do us for this episode of Some Would Play. Please follow along next week as the party has their meeting with the mayor. Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye.
Thank you for listening to Some Would Play, a production of the Outsanity Network. Join us again next week as the story continues. Find us online at www.somewouldplay.com and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter at SomeWouldPlay. Deborah is at Sonyataki. Rico is at R1C0. Jenna is at Jenna Toll. Daphne is at Dafterthought. And I am Psychedelic M. If you enjoy the show, please tell your friends and share it with others. And remember, in real life, you needn't roll for initiative, so just seize it.